Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful, whatever the time is right now that you're listening in to this podcast. As I told you before, I am starting a podcast, and today I just decided, if not now, then when. So I just started the podcast today, and as you can see, I've chose English to be the main language of my podcast. But however, there's going to be in the future some podcasts that I'm going to do with another person, and that one is going to be in Arabic. So for all of you who are interested, don't lose hope yet. There's Arabic coming in. Kurdish maybe later on in the future. I'm not sure about that yet. But for now, we're sticking to English. Today, I wanted to talk to you about one of the craziest things that happened to me as a teenager. I finished high school. All right, so the 12th grade, as everybody knows it. It's a very hard period of any teenager's life. But I passed it, and there's mosquitoes everywhere. I'm outside, by the way, so if you hear the car noises and everything, well, I'm sorry about that. I don't have an insulated space yet, but I am planning. So let's see where this is gonna go. Um, let me take a sip of my coffee first. So, the 12th grade, yeah. It's an insane period of anybody's life, dude. There's so much pressure on you because the parents think that this is what decides your future. Are you going to be a doctor, or are you going to be a zabbal, as they say, in in Kurdish or Arabic? So yeah, it was crazy. It was tough. You wake up early in the morning to study, but then you really don't because you don't feel like doing it, but you're forced to. Anyways, I'm not going to get into the details of that. Let that be for another day. But today I wanted to talk about what happened to me. All right, so I finished the 12th grade with a shitty GPA. All right, 58. All right, out of 100, 50 fucking 8. I'm not even kidding. But what happened was, I did not get accepted into any university, dude. Nowhere. Nowhere. Nowhere accepted me, all right, in the entirety of Kurdistan. So I was thinking, like, about my future and everything, and I was like, I don't want to waste my time and sitting this whole year doing nothing. So I decided, okay, there are some language institutes that I'm going to join, and I'm going to improve my English further. It was good. It was pretty good at that time, even. So I found one. I remember its name. It was Global Institute. It was in Malta. So I decided that, hey, let me go and ask around and see how it is, and like Aqlim Jibri, I will do it. So I went there, and I talked to the manager of the place, and he speaks to me and whatnot, and this is how we do it. We determine your level, and then we put you in the right level through a test and all that. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do the test. Is the test free? Yeah, it's for free. All right, let's do it. So it was like, are you ready now? I was like, yeah, let's just do it. I was desperate. I just needed something to get me, busy. So I do it. Here comes an American woman, a native speaker. She introduces herself. I totally forgot her name. I'm sorry about that if you're hearing this podcast, but I don't remember it. However, she starts to do the speaking test, and then the listening test, and then the writing test. And I get a really high score that she tells me after like 30 minutes of the exam. She tells me, all right, so you've passed, and your level is a level 6, and so far we don't have students at that level, so we can't just open a whole course for one single person. And I was like, all right, so what's the next best option for me? She was like, you can take level 5 if you want to. And I was like, all right, I'll fucking take that. I don't have nothing to do, so why not? So I take level 5 English, all right. So the next day, not the next day actually, she tells me next week you come, and then we're gonna start the course. I was like, all right, let's do it. Sorry. Let's do it. So I do it. So I go next week. I'm there, and then the same woman takes me upstairs to another room, and then she introduces me to my teacher. And oh my God, dude, it was a magical moment, all right? So I see this young American lady, all right? She was freaking gorgeous. And I'm speaking about that time when I was a teenager. I've never seen an American or a white person in my life. I mean, of course, in movies and whatnot, but not in real life. So I was like, damn, dude, she looks freaking beautiful. So she introduces me. Oh, this is your teacher. Her name is Morgan. And I was like, God damn, why that name though? But anyway, oh, I hate this dude. Freaking teenagers. Um, so what happened was I instantly fell in love with that lady. You know, I was like, I love this woman. I want her to be my girlfriend. You know, the teenagers way of thinking. I so I'm like, you know, my name is Hassan. You know, I don't say Hassan, I say Hassan, so that she would understand. Like, you know, she's able to say my name. And she was like, well, Hassan, it's nice to meet you. Join us, please. And I join in and I sit there. And, you know, I was very arrogant about my English at that time because I was like really good at it and whatnot. So I would just, you know, say some things and here and there and joke around in the class in English, of course. And she was like impressed with my English and whatnot. So days come and days go, and I'm like desperate just to, you know, like have a relationship with with Morgan, basically. So the day comes, and comes my opportunity. At that time, I was really good at drawing, you know. Like I could draw a face of a woman, a very like 3D popping out of the paper, you know, that good. So I did that. I used my skill, and I made a picture of her, and it was her birthday at that day. And how did we know it was her birthday? It was before that the general manager said like, you know, we're gonna surprise her with a cake or something. And I was like, all right, you know, this is my opportunity. I made that sketch of her face, and I went and I gave it to her when everybody was finished with the surprise and everything. And she had like those, you know, like shiny, sparkly eyes when she looked at the paper, and I was like, God damn, that's so beautiful, you know. She was really happy with it, and she thanked me a lot for it. So I felt like I got closer, you know. So you know, like 2 months in the course was 3 months, so 2 months in, and then you know, like I'm still trying to get closer to her, but then there's like a girl that really likes me in the class, that I am like, that one day she was like, you know, laughing too much with me and stuff. And then the teacher was like, do you guys know each other and whatnot? And I was like, damn, maybe she's jealous now. Maybe that's a good sign. But then, you know, I was like, no, we just get along together because, you know, like we both, like understand each other and whatnot. She's like, oh, that's cool. I felt like she was jealous, all right? I was wrong about that. Later, I found out. So, you know, comes the final exam. We do the final exam. Uh, so we finish the final exam, and then I go out, and then I give her the paper, and then I wait outside because I want to know when I'm going to get the result. So I'm already thinking about a plan to get her phone number, you know? So I ask her, so everybody's finished, and she takes all the papers, and then she comes in. We're going to let you know when you get your, you know, your test results. And I was like, how are you going to let us know? She was like, in a week from now, you come back and you'll have your results. And I was like, but I'm going to be out of town, you know, for that period of time. So can you give me your number so that I can, like, you can send me my test result? And then she was like, I don't really give my number to strangers. You know, I've been into situations and whatnot. And I was like, oh my God, that was the first rejection of my life, dude. It felt like a train hit me right in the freaking face. And not in the face, in the forehead, dude. Like, it was so bad, dude. I did not freaking sleep for 3 nights. 3 nights. I was just like in my bed, laying, thinking about her, thinking about like why did she do that? Why did she reject me? And I was like almost crying, dude. So after that, 1 week passes, and I go to take my results, and then I do, and I see her there, and she's like, "Oh, you're back." I was like, "Yeah, I needed my test results," and I was like very broken. And maybe she felt that. I don't know. So she says, "All right, here's your test results, and I'm very proud of you. You did really well." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much," and whatnot. And I was still sad as fuck. So she says, "You know what? Do you have Facebook?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I do." She was like, "Maybe we can, you know, make a group to, like, if there is a new course that people want to join, they can, like, join in and whatnot." I was like, "That sounds, like fishy, but yeah, dude, let's do that." So I did. I made a group, and then she made. Yeah, I made the group, and then I added her on Facebook, and then I made her an admin of the group, and then I added all those students that from the same class, in case if anybody's interested to do level 6, which I was very fond of because I wanted to see her more. So I found myself in a situation where like maybe there's hope. Maybe I can hook up with this girl still. So I do. Eventually I do. I take her number, and then we talk, and then she tells me that she's from Texas, and she has this deep fucking southern accent, dude, that popped out of nowhere. So she was hiding it basically, but yeah, it was amazing, dude. We hang out for a bit. We went out on a couple dates. I stole money from my parents just to, be able to pay. We went for like we went to back in the days there was a Wooden House. We went to Wooden House, and I ordered like a Greek salad because I'm healthy, I'm fancy, which I was not. So my salad sucks. I hated it, but I still ate it because she ordered a salad too. So I pay for both of our salads, and we go back home, and she kisses me, gives me a kiss goodbye, and yeah, dude, after that we never hung out, and she just disappeared off the face of the earth. And I don't know what happened, but when I was talking to her, she said that she pays for the internet of the place where she stays at, and she stays with a local family of the Hook. So I was like, oh, that's fucked up, like she's paying like rent, but it is just paying for the internet. So, anyways, back to the topic. That was my experience, dude, with the first ever, white girlfriend that I had for a very short period of my life, but it felt amazing, and it was crazy enough for me to even be able to experience that as a Iraqi citizen living in Iraq basically, or Kurdistan. So a Kurdish Iraqi living in Kurdistan. That's the proper way to say it, so nobody gets upset. Um, yeah, dude, it was crazy. I swear. One more thing that happened. What was it? Before she disappeared, um, we did go out one time, and she had a car at that time. She had a Kia Soul. Yeah, it was a red one. It was a really nice one. So she came and picked me up, and then we went somewhere near the gully. And then she was like, "Dude, I want a place that nobody can hear us or see us." I was like, "What's about to go down?" And I was like, "Why?" She was like, "Just take me somewhere, like I just really need it." I was like, "All right, just go this way." And then we went to a place where there was nobody, basically. I don't know. There's some people shouting in the street. Anyway, they interrupted the shit out of my train of thoughts. So I take her to that place and she's like, look, sometimes I get really stressed and I need to scream, just fucking scream out as loud as I can. So if you want, you can stay in the car. I'll just go outside and scream. I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy, dude. That's wild. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it together. So we do that. We go out and then we fucking scream. And I was screaming like a bitch, dude. I swear. I was like, it was so stupid of me. So my voice was like really fucking weird. You know, when I spoke normally, it was normal, but when I screamed, it was like a bitch. But anyways, so after that, we laugh our asses off, and then she takes me back home, and then everybody just goes their way, and I never see her again after that. But it's just some weird shit, dude, that happened to me at that time. You know, like the things that I experienced with that girl was amazing and also weird at the same time. So, this is the first podcast, as we said before, and I'm gonna keep saying that because I have nothing else to say. But I'm gonna light a cigar just because it's our first time, or I've been hanging out together. So as a celebration of that, here's my cigar. I really enjoy smoking this. It's a Cuban cigar. No, I'm just kidding. It's a 50-cent cigar that I got from Quearo. I like the way it tastes because it actually tastes like honey. The paper around the paper that it's wrapped in, it tastes like honey. I really like it. It tastes way better than a cigarette. I don't know how to smoke cigarettes anyways. I tried, never liked it. I never liked the taste of it, but cigars are actually pretty nice. Yeah, I used to smoke hookah a lot, to be honest, but I quit that. I started vaping, and then I quit vaping as well. And then one day I was like, let me buy a cigar just for a video or something. And then I got hooked, dude. It's freaking nice. I like it. Now imagine just smoking with those Cuban cigars, you know, like I imagine they're pretty freaking fantastic. I like the taste of tobacco, but not to the extent of smoking cigarettes daily because just don't like cigarettes. I just love cigars. End of the topic. So, what do you guys want me to talk about next? You know, like suggest topics to me and write it down in the comments if you like this, if you want to add anything to it, if you want to advise me on something to improve in my podcast. You know, it's an experience. It's a new experience for me and for all of you as well. So any constructive criticism is, you know, like welcomed. If you want me to continue this, if you want me to tell you more crazy stories that happened to me, you know, I was born in Baghdad, so keep that in your mind. So there's a lot of crazy shit that happened there, and yeah. So let's keep the vibe. Let's just chill together sometimes and have conversations. This to me it sounds like I'm talking to myself, but you know I know that I'm having a wonderful conversation with all of you guys who are listening to me right now. Yeah, that's about it. So I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.